Okay, I finally come to that series, that book in the series, which began my journey of reading the Clifton Chronicles by Jeffrey Archer. This was the first book of the series that I picked up. It wasn't the first book in the series, it was the fifth book in the series, but that's the book I started reading the series from. The fifth one, which got me intrigued, and I wanted to read the rest of the books. So this one's called Mightier than the Sword, which is a brilliant, brilliant book. I am amazed with Jeffrey Archer's writing. I absolutely love it. There's no doubt. I started reading his books from Cain and Abel. That was the first book that I read. Although it was a really, really huge book, I absolutely loved reading it. And that was a book that I kind of gifted away to other people, saying this is a book that inspires me about life. Although there wasn't really much reference to life as such, but the story itself kind of made you question your own life choices, at least it did mine. So I am a big fan of Jeffrey Archer, and the Clifton Chronicles series is an absolute amazing book series. I love it. I think after Harry Potter, this is my next favorite series, or my third favorite series, because I really like the Hawthorne Legacy as well. No, that's the Inheritance Game series. I like that. So Mightier Than the Sword is a really good book. It's centered on Harry Clifton and obviously the entire Clifton and Barrington family, where they have a lot of friends and they have a lot of enemies, and how the enemies make moves and how the friends help them out and how their life moves forward. So it started off with the grandparents. It came down to the actual characters, which are Harry Clifton, Emma Clifton, and Giles Barrington, and then their children, and then the children's life, and how the children's life impacts their lives. So it's generally a great series. I'm going to highly recommend the books to you. I would ask you to read them from the beginning, from the first book, and then go on, because that's how they're meant to be read and not like how I picked them up. So, good book. I reread the book. I had already read this book back, I think, a couple of years ago. I didn't even remember the story. All I remember was that when I read the book and when the book ended, I really wanted to read the next part because it ended at a cliffhanger, and I was just very intrigued with the story. I wanted to find out what happens next. So I'm glad that I found the entire series and I got to read them all together. And these books are the kind of books that I read one after the other. So as soon as I finish one book, I will start the next one immediately. I will not wait for another day or give it a break. I wish that it was all in one book and you could just turn the pages and start the other one right away. Good book, read it. This is what started me on the series, so you can imagine how exciting and interesting this book is, that I have been thinking of it for years, and I'm glad I finally found the entire series and I got to read them all together. So go ahead, give it a read. Subscribe to the channel, because if you haven't, you will miss out the next part where I'm going to talk about the next book, which is the sixth book in the series, and what happens. And you wouldn't want to do that, right? Miss on me talking about it. So subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week with the next book of the series. See you around. Bye bye.